We now go to our last race before the lunch break, and to give us a little bit of sign of what things are to come this afternoon. Senior road tax. This time it is groups A and B. Lewis Gilbert and Sean Butcher will make it an all-British front row, ahead of Andres Hebel, who hopefully will have a better time behind the wheel in third position, ahead of Belgium's Luca Leistra. Mads Ries will be in fifth position, ahead of Anthony Boulou from France, with Victor Plateau and Linus Hensen rounding out the top 8. Then it's Robert de Haan from the Netherlands and Patrick Rundqvist from Sweden, completing the top 10. Let's see if Emily de Hoys has another strong run, as the Dutch lady driver will be starting in 11th position, ahead of Vincent van Kerkhoven. Luca Thiel and Jules Castro round out the top 14 positions, ahead of Storm Brouwer, Fabian Bock, Robin Knudson, Danny van Dijk, Antoine Antier and Ehad Turker rounding out the top 20. Completing the 27 strong are the Netherlands' Bart de Wit, and also from the Netherlands, Flint Schuring. Christopher Saxe in the 391 from Denmark will be ahead of Luca Scherbinskas from Germany. Denmark's Stefan Christensen in the 377 with Kornelia Olkuka from Poland and Jaroslav Zimaszka from Belarus. That is the 27 strong. We are now on the formation lap. 7 minutes set on the timer as the rain continues to fall down here. For those wondering, if I miss any of the races, can I watch them back? Yes, you can indeed. You can head to the official Camp Company GmbH YouTube channel, where the races will be uploaded by the following day, as we do record every single race that are streamed. So you can watch them back again, again, and again without the worry of a subscription service. So, Gilbert on pole, Butcher alongside, Hebel, Leistra, Ries, Bilou, Plateau, Hensen, de Haan, and Rundqvist. That's the top 10. 7 minutes set on the timer as we head towards the inevitable conclusion of the 2020 BNL Karting Series kickoff. 6 lucky drivers, winners of each of the 6 respective classes, will go to Le Mans this coming July, but it will be decided more than likely under rainfall. Who will get the jump in Senior Road Tax Heat 3 here at Genk? We are full start. Zimaszka was absolutely nowhere near, and the field was spread out a bit more than would be expected. So Zimaszka now has to just catch up as quickly as humanly possible. Now it's time to control out, delete and reset for the second time. And with the colder conditions, the wetter conditions, the tyres need to be kept to temperature, but not over scrubbed or over compromised through the start phase. But generating the right amount of heat into the tyres also helps with the brakes, so the stopping power and the grip will be at the optimum they can be, even with these inclemental weather conditions. I had to think about that one. But it's about who can master the conditions that we have now on us. It was foreboding. It is now here. The rain is here in Belgium, in the Limburg region. 27 senior road tax drivers. 7 minutes on the clock, plus an additional lap. We could have a bit of a slobber knocker on our hands ahead of what will take place, what will transpire this afternoon. That formation looks a lot more well concertinaed, as it should be. Senior Rotax Heat number 3 of the 2020 BNL Karting Series kickoff is off and away. Gilbert gets the lead initially. Butcher to the outside of turn 1, and he's gone round the outside of Gilbert as they start tripping over each other. There's 3 off of turn 2, 3 abreast going into turn 3. But Butcher had an... Now, that was an absolute brilliant move by Butcher, but it just... that absolutely whatever's happening. And there's more carambolages off of, now there's a GKS driver off of, and that is turn 6. Now the driver off of turn 2 is back behind the wheel of the kart. Gilbert looks to be in 4th place at the minute. Or is he? Now whoever was on the outside of turn 8 was very brave there. As the drivers now make their way, Sean Butcher starting to get away from it all. And it's quite interesting to see as these drivers still being very, very... They have to be very careful on the throttle. But one of the drivers has absolutely stormed through the field. I'm going to say the surname, Brewer, followed by first name Storm, is definitely moving up the field and has just got past Robert de Haan of all people. So at the minute, Butcher leads by 2.2 seconds on lap number 1. Hebel second. Plateau, Gilbert, Stormbro on the back bumper of the dual right diamond and going up the inside on turn 4. That is 4th place from Stormbro ahead of Lewis Gilbert, who now has Robert de Haan right behind for close company. As someone runs wide. And that was, well, Bro went a bit wide. I think that could have been Robert Knutsson that went wide at turn 6. But the meantime, Sean Butcher, this is his 2nd event in Rotax, if memory serves me correctly, doing a great job in there. Now, as it's not getting easy, Stormbro being hustled up the inside by Lewis Gilbert, who can't get past, and it's side by side with Robert de Haan on the outside of Robin Knutsson going into turn 10. The Dutchman tries to switch back, can't get past the Swede as Gilbert slingshots past Bra, who responds in kind. And this is the key equaliser. You'll find that some drivers will have grip as Gilbert sends it up the inside of Gilbert. Gilbert sends it up the inside of Brewer. De Haan goes through. So it's not easy out there, and the battle is starting not from 1st, not from 2nd, not from 3rd. It's 4th backwards, and Robert de Haan tried to go round the outside of Lewis Gilbert on turn 4, but Gilbert went, here's the door, see you on the way out. And now that is not helping de Haan by trying to go up the inside of Gilbert because Stormbro is right on his back bumper. Robin Knutsson, Luca Thiel, Linus Hensen, Emily de Hoy's back in the top 10 again for the 2nd successive heat. So de Hoy's, I think, is going to... it's not going easy for Knutsson. He went wide off of turn 8, as did Robert de Haan. So Gilbert hanging on ahead of Stormbro as de Haan gets past Knutsson and nearly goes... Well... That's close. That's very close indeed. As Butcher has a comfortable margin. I think it's going to be nigh on 3 seconds at this particular moment in time. 3.353 from the KR Sport driver ahead of Dan Racing's very own Andres Hebel, who's having a lot more fortune this time around. Victor Plateau is in 3rd as Robert de Haan goes up the inside of Robin Knutsson, and that allows Luca Thiel to come into the mix. Or is that... Yeah, Luca Thiel. So Thiel definitely getting on with business, as is Emily de Hoy's, who's now up past Linus Hensen, up into P9. Then it is Fabian Bock, Jules Castro. Then it's Flint Schuring, Erhard Turka, Danny Van Dijk, Patrick Rundquist, Mads Ries down in 17th ahead of Jaroslav Zimaszka. Luca Leistra all the way down in 19th ahead of Lukas Scherbinskas from Germany. Bart de Witt, Vincent Kerkhoffen. Then we've got Saxe, Christensen, Ontier, Olkuka and Bilou. Bilou all the way down in 27th and last place as Gilbert and Stormbro battling over 4th position. Brewer now has managed to pull away from Gilbert coming out of turn 9. So Butcher continues to lead. Here comes Hebel from France as there's more argy-bargy, and that was between the 325 of Mads Ries, and I think that might be, that's Patrick Rundquist, isn't it? I'll just keep an eye out for that one. Yes, that is the case. That is the battle over 16th, which Mads Ries now has in his pocket, as Robert de Haan and Robert de Haan and Robin Knutsson still battling away as de Haan goes wide coming out of turn 3. Oh, that was very close. and could have allowed either Luca Thiel and also Emily de Hoys to get through. And we are fast approaching, I think, yeah, we're getting into the last 90 or so seconds of this race, plus an additional lap, and it is not over yet. Running order still. Butcher leads by 9 on a straightaway between turns 10 and 9, as Emily de Hoys, I think, might have got up the inside of Luca Thiel, who has responded and taken back what is 8th position, as de Hoys goes 2 wheels on the curbs. Coming out of that corner, as that is nearly 3 abreast a bit further down the order. As Knutsson and De Haan still battling away over position. So Rundqvist was battling away with Fabian Bock of all people. So Bock, has he dropped down a couple of places down the order? Your guess is as good as mine, as Stormbrough goes a little bit sideways, trying to get the anchors on for turn 2, but makes it happen. Keeps a gap between himself and Lewis Gilbert, which was nearly 2 seconds last time around. As Butcher comes through turn 7, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. They've been running on the 1 minute. Well, Butcher has been showing a clean pair of racing boot heels and toes to the rest of the opposition, running in the 1 minute 12.6s, as the timer is about to expire. And that is it. 7 minutes are up. This time around, we will get the last lap board being shown to Sean Butcher, who did a brilliant job of just keeping it planted around the outside to take the lead. He's going to get the last lap board, as now does Andreas Hebert, as Mads Ries has unfortunately called it a day, and the young Dane in the 325 with Oris competition goes out of the race. We're on to the 7th and final lap. Hebert is in 2nd, Plateau in 3rd. Breur, Knutsson past Gilbert, Robert De Haan, Danny Van Dijk, Emily de Hoys and Jules Castro round out the top 10. It's great weather. It's a great equaliser, isn't it, the weather? But the weather is not getting any more favourable out there, because the spray off the rear Mojo tyres are getting higher and higher. The rain is coming down incandescently here, as there's a move up the inside of Linus Hensen that looks to be Flint Schuring, as we're on the final lap, just keeping an eye on where Sean Butcher is, because the checkered flag will wave for the final time before the lunch break. What a calm and composed drive from KR Sports' Sean Butcher, who wins the last senior road tax heat after Matthew Higgins did 2 for 2, but there's a battle royale with Gilbert. So Butcher takes the win. Hebert will take, and it's a scrabble over what is 6th position. And Gilbert goes sideways into De Haan. And who's pounced through this? That's Danny Van Dijk. Van Dijk, on the benefit of De Haan trying to go up the inside of Gilbert, goes up the inside. Well, Gilbert tries to go up the inside of De Haan. They both go sideways. Or was it the other way around? I know that we'll probably have a replay on that one, but Butcher wins it by 6.5 seconds. Plateau in 3rd. Breuer in 4th. Van Dijk takes 5th. After the battle with Knutsson, De Haan and Gilbert went in the Dutch driver's favour. De Hoys takes 9th ahead of Castro. Thiel, Hensen, Schuring, Zimashka and Fabian Bock rounding out the top 15. Luca Leistra would recover to 16th position at the end of that race, ahead of Patrick Rundqvist. Ehad Turka 18th. Vincent van Kerkhoffen 19th. Lukas Scherbinskas from Germany in 20th position. Bart de Wit 21st. Stefan Christensen from Denmark 22nd. And then Christopher Saxe also from Denmark 23rd, with Antoine Antier being the last of the 24 drivers that would end up completing the full 7-lap race distance. Unfortunately for Cornelia Olkuka and Anthony Boulou, who I think... Right, so I can see a cart, at the very least, off of turn number 7. There is one driver there, so... and then we also had Mads Ries, who parked up with just on lap number 5. So the Dane on the on the back foot going into this afternoon action here at the BNL Karting Series kickoff, where we crown 7 ticket winners for the International Trophy at Le Mans later on this afternoon.